Good evening and welcome to the inaugural broadcast of Fire Stories here on Graps TV. I am your host, the Matty Man. It's good to see you. I'm very excited about this series. I came up with this along with a couple of other things down the road that I want to do for stories because, quite frankly, we're talking about them in reviews and, we're tweeting about them, we're posting about them. That's what this episode and this entire series is going to be about. Everything you're talking about and you're tweeting about goes into an angle, and whichever angle I see the most of, and I start thinking about it and seeing if I can vibe with it, that becomes my angle of the week or my fire story, my fireside story. Something that I really feel like we need to dive into just a little bit deeper, get our minds wrapped around it, so on and so forth. So I'm going to be enjoying this series, and I hope you do too. The first subject for my fire stories is the Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley with Dominic on the side type angle going on here. When it first started out, obviously Rhea was hurt, and Liv was just like, I'm on my revenge tour here. I've got the title. Now let me go see if I can get the man. And she worked her ass off for that. Gentlemen, when a woman's working that damn hard, shout out to Liv for the acting ability. Shout out to Dom for, oh my God, his acting ability, considering that he is basically a newlywed. Shout out to his bride for putting up with it. There you go. We don't give spouses nearly enough credit on these things. But anyway, let's dive into it a little bit here. We started off with Liv getting hurt, and she was gone for a little while. Then she came back and hurt Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley was gone. And while Rhea Ripley was gone, Liv tried her best to get the title in the Battle Royal. Lost to Becky Lynch, which I think Becky was trying to go on a vacation at that time. And so then we had an actual match for it where Dominic appeared to help Becky and wound up helping Liv. Liv won the title. And then we had a rematch of it. Dominic appeared to help Becky, and we wound up with Liv retaining the title. And then, a series of matches here where Dominic tried to get involved to get the title off of her, and it just didn't work. So then we're at SummerSlam. We're at SummerSlam. It is, obviously, it's match number 1. So they're curtain jerking with this match. Obviously, they feel like it's going to hit really well. Rhea comes out, Liv comes out. Rhea really works Liv over, and then Dom does the same crap again. And Liv winds up retaining. Now, I put a tweet out before SummerSlam. You can look at my page, and you'll note that I tweeted that out, and I said, you know what would be a really good idea to get something going would be for Liv to actually retain the title. Now, I had no earthly idea that this was going to involve retaining Dominic Mysterio either, but that's what makes this thing work really, really well. And it also made a great catalyst to turn Rhea face. We actually had a double turn. Because everyone who was saying that Liv was somehow the heel in all of this, the original storyline was Rhea hurt her, she's just getting even. That's not heel acts. She could still be a face. But Dominic Mysterio, shout out to Dominic for pulling off the double turn pretty well. Shout out to Liv and Rhea because that made the holy shit moment of the night until Roman Reigns got there. And that was a little bit bigger event, but not much bigger. So let's talk about this for a few minutes. Because I got a few minutes to talk about it. Where do we see this angle going? Well, here's what I would like to do since I put a tweet out and I was obviously onto something. Because understand, wrestling is a predetermined sport and a predetermined outcome. Now, what happens in the ring may necessarily be physical, but it's all scripted. And at the end of the day, it has a predetermined outcome. So I lucked up and actually keyed into the predetermined outcome. And I say luck because every time I post something, I swear I think WWE does the opposite just to spite me. That's just a dumb feeling. I don't think WWE even knows who I am, but that's neither here nor there. The fact that they pulled this angle off and the fact that they actually did a legit double turn right there in the ring twice in the same night, which I'll get to the Judgment Day in another show, makes this angle, in my estimation, new, fresh, and way better than the Bloodline angle, because this actually has real drama in it. It has relatable drama in it, especially for the 1835 or 18 to 39 demo, because that basically is the entire world we're living in right now. So shout out to Creative for putting together something that we can actually sink our teeth into that's not Bloodline related, because a lot of us are getting kind of sick of the Bloodline. I'll deal with that one down the road when I see where they've got everybody and they've gotten the 88 Samoans and the 50 Tongans in and so on and so forth. But this angle right here really deserves a life of its own, and if WWE really, really, really wants to double the production value, and they don't want to lean so heavily on the Wyatt Six and Bloodline, this is an angle that we really need to start getting into, because we wind up with Judgment Day 3.0, and we wind up with, what do they call them, the twins, something like that. We've got twins now. I forget what their actual tagline is, because it's all kind of new to me and I haven't really gotten that deep into the aftermath part of it. So we actually built a good tag. If WWE is starting to lean towards intergender tagging, then we've developed that. We've developed a new faction with a whole brand new list of people to build on. Not really, it's the same guys. But we've got a whole new dynamic to build on now, and actually Rhea can develop herself away from the Judgment Day, whatever the hell they're calling it. At the same time, Liv can get actual FaceTime out of this whole thing. It's been a win-win-win for that particular thing. And shout out to WWE for stepping away from the one and done type thing and actually running multiple storylines. Now, I know what everybody said, oh, we got this, we got that, we got the other. Nobody's talking about anything else. They're talking about the Bloodline. They're talking about Liv and Rhea. And they're talking about the Wyatt Six. The Wyatt Six is kind of the odd man out in the middle of all this. I don't see them making it longer than about 6 more months, and then they'll be on. That's it. And you can flame me for that later. I don't care. But the end of the day is the Liv Rhea storyline, how it's playing out right now. You actually have an opportunity to elevate the women's division to another level. You can take it beyond Becky, Charlotte, Bayley, and Sasha. You can take it to that next level. This angle right here is the catalyst to helping the women's division in WWE all the way around. That's why this is the angle of the week for me, and that's why it should be the angle of the week for you as well. So I would like to hear your thoughts, comments. Please like, share, repost, whatever it is you're doing. I appreciate it. But I'd like to hear your thoughts and comments on it in the tagline, Drop me a line. If you agree, you agree. If you don't, you don't. But anyway, this is our inaugural episode of Fire Stories with Graps TV. I am your host, the Matty Man, and thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day.